You have a rock star like James Patsos on your show.
Yes.
He walks in when he wants to. And you know that when you go into business with a rock star like Patsos.
Popped collar.
I don't even need the headphones.
Gold chain. Yeah, producer Guys is giving you his own headphones, which means he can now not listen to the show. So we're just making sacrifices all around.
Let's be honest. He doesn't listen anymore.
That's a fair point.
Everybody
as well.
listens to your show,
except for him.
Wow, except for you when you're driving and 20 minutes late. I guess having a triple overtake.
I was 15 minutes late, and I apologize. But the Anderson group, Andy Anderson, one of my good buddies, I had to drop his belated Christmas present off on Wolf Road.
What was the Christmas present? What'd you get him?
He walks on. Andy had surgery on his knee, and he walks like 7 miles. Like he walks through. I'm at Gus's Hamburger Hot Dogs and Waterville. He's walking by. But he's a great Sienna supporter, and he's recovering from knee surgery, and he walks a lot. So we got him some Under Armour shoes, and I got him some neon greens so he doesn't get hit, and I had to stop and give them to him. And since the Anderson group actually sponsors us a lot, I spent time with him, and I looked up, and man, Wolf Road to Central Ave. Don't tell me there's not a lot of people on the roads out here.
Still not a good time to travel right now. No.
Crazy. No. I thought I'd breeze right over. But anyways, I do apologize. But Andy Anderson is worth it, just like Craig Allen's worth it for our...
That's right. All-Star Wine and Spirits.
All-Star Wine and Spirits.
Yes. I was hoping that's where you were. You're picking up a little
no
gift
one can
basket.
find
where
Craig.
the hell is our Christmas present?
Craig is busy counting all the money he made over the break because it was packed every time we were there.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Like, he got a lot from me. Let's just be perfectly honest.
My wife was in there. My friend Darren was in. I mean, we went in a couple different times for gifts. It's like a little event in there.
It is. Yeah. All-Star Wine and Spirits.
I'm going to get in that fish tank one day.
It's a spectacle.
You're going to come in. I mean, scuba gear in that big bottle.
Do you know how much water they have to take out before you get in there? How much buoyancy?
I know how that works.
We'll
talk about that later.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying that Bill Nye the Science Guy needs to tell us how much water needs to be taken out of
the Broncos get a bye until you get there? Is that how that works?
World's highest traffic.
All right, so let's go over the Coughlin thing first.
Okay, all right.
That's a weird emotional moment. Do you think you saw him? Do you think maybe it was like you didn't see him?
You mean Eli?
No, the Eli thing was great.
When he
I've
walks
always
past,
felt the same way.
When he walks past Mara. Yeah, I think he saw him.
I didn't know. I loved his quote. Look, when you lose, it's on me. When they win, it's on them. Look, we had a tough triple overtime loss. We're playing hard. Javion stepping up. We're short a guy. My fault. We did a couple things wrong at the end. We really needed Levon. I looked at the tape, a couple of really, 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 really questionable calls on Levon. 3 of his 5 fouls. And but we needed Levon. But, in other words, the loss is on me, the wins are on them. I agree with Coughlin. I'm just saying, I think he has a good relationship with the Maras, don't you?
Well, I think he had. I think he's upset. I think he's mad. I think he's mad right now.
No, I don't at all.
I don't either. I think he's probably relieved.
I think everybody's fabricating. Tom Coughlin walks off the stage, walks past John Mara. The angle of the camera of the video that we have at 104.5 The Team, and we falsely...
You guys put it up on your website.
Falsely have the headline of Tom Coughlin blows off John Mara. John Mara is about to hug or handshake Tom Coughlin, and he keeps walking.
Coughlin stiff arms him.
Jim, he didn't see it.
It's a weird thing, when you leave in a place like Loyola, you a lot going through your mind. You come in a place like Sienna, press conferences. At that level, I can't even imagine what it's like. I did think he might get up there and be like any given Sunday, though.
And just like, I'm leaving.
Eli are going to Miami.
Eli. Yeah. I was thinking that would be hysterical, but when you see him walk past him.
It's the one job he should take.
In Miami?
Look at this headline. Watch Tom Coughlin snub owner John Mara after press conference.
Yeah, let Jimmy see the video.
Where is Andrew Williams? Somebody tell that dude he's so wrong.
No, he's right. He did perfect.
He was just trying to,
I think going
through your mind.
I didn't see him.
When you hear the quotes, like, if we had one more game, I would have argued more to keep my job, all these other things, I think he felt pushed out. And I think he was like, you know what? I'm not shaking. I have a lot
of friends that played. Randy Edsel coached for him.
Okay.
Who played at Syracuse, coach at Maryland, coach Connecticut. But I have a lot of friends that played for Coughlin at BC. They hear his voice and they get they're straight to attention.
Really?
And they played from 20 years ago at BC. He's just a focused, commanding guy, but they all loved him. I don't know. He had a great run. You want to hear it all, Here's a question.
What's a question?
Are you good enough if you put it on the board? In other words, Like, I like where our program is right now. I think the future's bright. We got to get Keese back, but I like our recruits. I think Nico and Kenny are really good freshmen. Yeah, I get mad at them because they're freshmen. Willem's sitting out. Kadeem's sitting out. Does he look at his board and say, we're going to be great next? Do you think the Giants are going to be great next year?
Well, the personnel issue seems to be the big deal.
But nobody wants to talk about that guy.
Right. No, but I mean...
no, we've been talking about him today.
Yeah.
Were you? He should be fired.
Jerry Reese should be fired?
If Tom Coughlin's getting resigned, that guy should be fired because I don't see the talent level. Do you think they've had good drafts lately?
John Mara says that Jerry Reese should stay, and here's what he said.
I still believe that Jerry Reese is the right guy to lead us going forward. Why do I believe that? Jerry put together 2 Super Bowl winning teams. I would venture to say that if we were to poll all of you in this room 2 years ago about who the top general managers in the league are, every one of you in here would have him on your list. So now 2 years later, after another bad season, do we want to throw all that out? I still think he's capable of putting a great team together, and he's going to get that opportunity.
Siena Saints men's basketball head coach Jimmy Patsos in studio thinks the All-Star Wine and Spirits.
No, I just think I'm just saying it's a village. It's a group thing. Like, did we get good enough recruits? Did I coach them to their ability? But do we have enough talent? Like, at least walking out there, with Brett and Javion and Levon, and we're far from perfect, and every game we play is pretty close, which I really like. And that's one of the things I thought the Giants, I just thought Coughlin deserved more credit for every game. It's the NFL, man. It's a game of inches. It really is a game of inches.
Well, yeah, I mean.
But I just didn't think, look, it's not Jerry Reese's fault that the guy did the fireworks over July 4th,
right.
okay?
Jason Pierre-Paul.
It's not. I have
brought that up several times today and reminded us of that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing too, is he's making excuses.
I don't know. Hey, look, I'm sure he's a good guy. I have nothing. I just like I don't like the Giants. I'm a Ravens guy.
But are you okay with Jerry Reese saying this?
We had some guys that never even got to the field that we absolutely were dependent on. And I just part of it, the Jason Pierre-Paul situation. That's unfortunate, but some of those things happen sometimes. And that's just the way it is.
Like
I have to look. So these things on your marks, the checks are good.
I did. I went through the recent drafts. I checked who I thought was a good draft.
Okay,
pick.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 out of
the last 5 years.
No, what you got 6 years here,
6
brother.
years. Okay.
So 6 times, so 11 out of 42. I wish if I could get 11 out of 42 right, I hope I can get an extension. I'll sign up. I got to get 30 out of 40 right or I'm fired.
11 and 31, you wouldn't last, huh?
I'm just saying I have to get my recruits right. In other words, you have to get look, it's 2 out of, you take 3 recruits a year and a transfer. So you try and get 2 out of 3. I'm an Ozzie Newsome fan and I'm a Ravens fan. I'm a Belichick fan. From growing up, obviously we love Parcells, et cetera. I don't know Jerry. I'm sure Jerry Reese is a great guy. I just know there's a lot of Giants fans around here. I'm just watching Cam Newton's team. I'll tell you who's a good team is that Arizona team.
Oh, my, they're good.
Whether it's the good Seattle teams, I've seen good teams in the Patriots watch them. I'm a Ravens guy, watched them go to the Super Bowls. There's teams with good players that are good. Whether look at Will Brown. Okay, Will Brown's Albany team. Those guards are good. Cremo can play. We got guys. I didn't watch the Giants and say, wow, what a bunch of talented guys that are underachieving.
Well, you never did that the year that they won the Super Bowls either.
Yeah, see, you watched them closer than them. That's actually a good point. But Eli is really, when you have an elite quarterback, you are ahead of the game in that league and an elite coach. That's all I'm saying is I've watched them more being up here, especially in Saratoga. When I lived in Saratoga, there was a ton of Giants fans. They went to this bar, stadium, cafe, whatever. And I could hear them complaining about the talent level. Where's our great player? Now, I guess Beckham's a great player, but he's not a great player because I guess of what happened. But Victor Cruz couldn't stay healthy or whatever. In other words, I don't know. How many All-Pros do you got? Where's your great lineman? Where's your 6'6", 320-pound right tackle? In other words, I just don't see. I mean, look, they couldn't do it in the worst division, so they mustn't have that much talent.
Well, to his credit, we come on here and we marvel about the fact that middle linebacker goes down.
Coaches.
Yeah, well, of course you are. Middle linebacker goes down, another one steps up. There's positions that the Giants are rich at, but over the entire, you look at that entire team, you look at the drafts, and I went through and I gave them plus gradings if they're still on the team. Basically, not just contributing.
I have Levack's thing right here. There's 70 players, and they have plus or minus, and that's all you had to do was get a plus to be on the team.
Some of them I gave that because there's certain. I don't remember what year it was, but there's the first 2 picks are on the team. Everybody else is gone.
Right.
His first round pick is usually a home run. He usually knocks that right out of the park.
Sure.
After that, it's hit or miss.
Since 2010.
Is Prince Amukamara?
Amukamara, yeah. This is his contract
Is he
year.
any good or no?
I think he's really good. I think he's better than people think he is.
Within the last year, he's begun playing like a first-round player.
Okay,
it took him a little longer than it normally does for a first-round guy.
Try to.
Yeah, they need to try to. For a first-round guy, it took him a little longer to bloom than you would like.
Okay.
But right now, he's playing. It took him 4 years.
It's all right.
Playing like
It's all right. I'm just saying. Anyways, I think Coughlin's a great coach. I understand what people do. He's 69, but if I was going to take another job, I'd take the Dolphins job.
I'm trying to think how that would work
tradition.
out.
Why? So you can go get a tan?
No. I just think that's a fun. I don't know. The Dolphins have this. No. Actually, I'm being all serious. The Dolphins have this funny little contingency of fans, the way the Steelers and the Cowboys do. They're kind of all over the country. They have this little following. They got the state of Florida where, nobody's going to turn into a Tampa Bay fan overnight.
Well, and they've got talent. I mean, that team has talent.
They got good colors. I mean, I'm just saying they got a good little franchise. Like, it'd be cool if they went to the playoffs.
I wonder if he wants to put up with a knucklehead like Ndamukong Suh, though. You know what I mean? Like all the years of getting Strahan to show up to meetings on time. Does he want to do that
Strahan
again?
Was Strahan a pain to coach?
In the beginning, well, because if you're not 15 minutes early, you're late.
Kelly.
Yeah, well,
I love Kelly.
Still?
Yeah.
I don't know anymore.
I just watched the first 15.
She's too skinny now.
Me and my wife watched. She is too skinny.
She's
Me and my wife
skinny.
watched the first 15 minutes. Then I got to work. But I love the first 15 minutes. He's done really well, Michael Strahan.
Yeah.
But anyways, to go on to other stuff, I mean, let's talk about who's going to win football. Then we'll come back and talk about basketball.
Can I ask you a question about basketball real quick, please?
Yes, Cam Newton versus Ben Roethlisberger in the finals Super Bowl.
All right, go ahead, then. Go.
Pittsburgh, Carolina.
That's your prediction?
Yep.
Cool. I'm glad that we dramatically led up to that.
Cam Newton Under Armour. I like Cam Newton. He's Under Armour guy.
Oh yeah, of course. There you go. You are
I
our
think
company man.
The Steelers did that thing where they snuck in, and now they're going to be super dangerous.
The Steelers are a scary team, but who's running the football? If D'Angelo Williams isn't, who knows if he's going to be all right?
I don't know. I just think they got this Roethlisberger. He's got that thing. I don't know. They're playing really well. They got a good offensive team. They got a bunch of good receivers, right? Aren't the Steelers talented?
Antonio Brown is the best receiver in the game.
I mean, I got the Steelers versus